This is the process for finding an inverse. It says first replace f of x by y in the equation for f of x. Flip x and y. Now that essentially now you have moved your way from the domain to the range when you flip. Now you need to find your way home. You're like E.T. You're looking for a way to find home. So as a result, you solve for y. That gives you the formula to get home. You solve for y, and then you verify that it's the inverse, because remember what the inverse does. It undoes what you do. So that says if I'm looking at Fogg and Goff, f of f inverse of x is x. This was your starting point, that's your ending point. You end up in the same place. So essentially these two cancel each other out. Or f inverse of f of x equals x. This was your starting point, and then one takes you across, the inverse brings you back. Here, the inverse brings you back, the function takes you across. So what essentially it is this is where you started. This is where you started. So this is kind of a simple example of the 4 steps. It says finding the inverse. First of all, if f of x equals 3x plus 4, replace f of x by y. So y is equal to 3x plus 4. Interchange x and y. So wherever you have an x, you put a y. Wherever you have a y, you put an x. So x is equal to 3y plus 4. Solve for y. Subtract 4 from both sides. Divide by 3. So the y is equal to x minus 4 divided by 3. Replace y by f inverse. That's what brings you back. And then you verify by doing f of f inverse. So if I'm doing f of f inverse, f is 3x plus 4. So f, wherever an x, I put the inverse function. So it's 3, x minus 4 over 3 plus 4. The 3's reduce out, and you get x minus 4 plus 4, or x, and it verifies. Now, under normal circumstances, if I'm just doing something, I don't normally verify. If the bridge will fall down if I don't have the right inverse, I'd probably be very careful and verify. But that's essentially, and the other, by the way, you don't have to do both. If you do one and it works, the other one's going to work as well. So you only need to check one of them.